because the people got one more question for you.
All right, what?
What's your opinion on China?
I've been to China many times. I absolutely love China. I love the people. I was there probably 20 years ago when it was booming. I loved going over there because it was such an exciting place. It was moving forward. It was just so much energy and passion.
Yeah.
And the last time I was there, I felt that it was probably about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I could feel it starting to shrink and be scared of itself. Right. And I thought that was, back then, I thought China was that big guy, like who's 6'9" in 7th grade, and he was starting to stand up straight. Right. Deservedly so. Right. But now I feel like they're just going backwards, and it really saddens me to see that, because I think that country has so much potential. Right. And like I said, I love the Chinese people. I love their history. I love all the things they were doing prior to Xi Jinping. But I really worry about him sending them backwards big time. And it upsets me. It really upsets me.
Yeah, that's what I always say. It's upsetting to think that like we go anti-China because it's like some type of like, there's an ulterior motive of just like, oh, America is the best, let's crush China. I always tell Chinese people that think that you don't understand Americans, how fucking capitalist we are. Americans don't look at China's rise as like, oh God, in the beginning before Xi Jinping. We were like, oh, but business. We can make money. That's what Americans think. This idea that the Western powers are trying to withhold China from rising and being big and powerful is ridiculous, because Americans are capitalists.
Well, back up. The Chinese were the first great marketers, Alex, and great merchants. The Chinese history before the Communist Party was pretty strong in terms of being a merchant. Yeah, and definitely. So they also had that as part of their history too. That's what was so exciting, because these two big, powerful companies were coming together, and they were doing business together. It was literally 1 + 1 = 3 back then. And now that's all dissipated.
Well, that's what I always tell people. Like, what I tell Americans is like, the bummer about things like Huawei is we want Huawei's phones to enter our market so that the iPhone can't, I had an iPhone 6S for so long. One day I updated it, the batteries just stopped working. It became shitty. And they were just like, oh my God, I'm sorry. You have to get a new phone now. Yeah. Apple's not going to have the balls to do that if they have to compete. Yes, I agree. If they have to compete. But you can't compete with someone like Huawei because the Chinese government sticks its dick in there. And we all know that. And so it strips us from being able to have that as consumers, which sucks.
The other thing that bothers me, Alex, is way back when Americans were starting to see China in a different light, because most Americans think communism, Mao, an enemy. Yeah. And back then, people were starting to travel over there a lot. Yeah. Your friends were over there. They would talk about how exciting it is. Right. Companies were going, hey, we got to set up offices in Shanghai and Shenzhen. We got to do all this. And it was really opening up. And people's perception of China was no longer, oh, it's the Mao jacket and it's just bad. Right. They really started to say, okay, hey, there's opportunities here. Right. And they were telling their kids, learn how to speak Chinese. By the time you're out of college, it's going to be a huge frontier out there for China.
That's what I tell people all the time. I say, you can learn the most about China's decline from the response of people when they figure out that I know Chinese, like when I'm learning Chinese. So when I first started learning Chinese, your coworkers, your friends that would come up here that run businesses, when they figure out I was studying Chinese, they'd be like, dude, that's a great idea. It's a great move. Great move. You're doing it.
It's going to be great. You're going to pay dividends. That place is going to open up. You're going to be successful.
You got a great future, man. You're the man. You're going to kill it. Yeah. Then, now when I tell people I speak Chinese, they're like, so what's going on with those concentration camps?
That's exactly it.
Like, oh, word. Okay, nice.
It used to be, boy, you were going to slay it. China's booming. It's going to be great.
Yeah. It used to be very exciting.
That upsets me. Anyway, I got to go. All right. Nice talking, everybody.
Until next time, Dad.